NRL Supercoach. It was a much improved week for myself. We've got green arrows 2 in a row. Not too hard when you're in the 40,000s to kick things off, but moved from 24,000 into 10,747 with a 1,166. I class this as a massive win. I had a few good players that came into my side, Payne Haas being one of them, and I did have a great score with Ruben Garrick as well. VC'd Haas and got that nice one. But having guys like Burton, guys like Lucas, guys like Turbo out of my side, that made it difficult. And I didn't trade those guys this week. I had other issues that I wanted to fix up. And the one kind of one little issue I had was I was looking to move on from Hopgood with the higher break even. Just doesn't look like he's going to get attacking stats, and it's just going to be all in base. And turns out I probably should have got rid of Preston in the end with his 47 and just not getting any ball for some reason on that right edge. But we found out after the game that Lucas is going to be out for 6 weeks. So I would have traded him out instead of Hopgood. But it is what it is. We didn't lose any cash on Lucas, and I was hoping to hold him through the bye this week and then have him for the following. But then the news came out about the 6 weeks. So Hopgood lost cash anyway, and yeah, the attacking stats, they just don't look like they'll be coming, and unlikely for him to get the sort of 80s, 90s tons that we may have expected if the Eels were in a good position and Moses was there. So Haas came in, Starling came in, big cash gains from those guys, and then Jesse Arthurs as well, all the way up to 459 and 117.8k in gains. Now, let's go through my squad and then get out there and look at the Podmasters and everything like that. So I didn't play Mamazels in the end, but did get his auto emergency with Payne Haas as my vice captain. Turns out I didn't really have any low scores in the guys I didn't play. It was Yongi, Purdue, and also Mamazels. But that also means I played a few of the lowest scores there in Sanders Smith with his 20. Didn't even get the line break assist in the end, I don't believe. Cleary with 2, Brimson with 24. He's been a really, really tough have in the side. We had Rob Toya's 26 in there, Tamale's 25, Greg Marzu's 38, and Kalen Ponga's 45. So pretty tough on that front. But that probably spells some potential bounce back and good things happening in this upcoming week. I lose Cleary. I do gain Turbo back against the Eels. So having him and Garrick, I think, is going to be really nice. We'll have to decide what we do around our actual playing positions with Ponga, with Marzu, with Cleary out, with Lucas out, with Matt Burton out as well. It will be another boosting week for myself, and we'll see how we play this one. Hubner will be back the following week, and we'll make some cash, which will be good. I've got Guyman not playing. I've got Simpkins as my looper. Turns out I didn't need a looper with how many injuries we've got. Very happy to play guys like Arthur's, Shibasaki this week coming up against the Dolphins at Suncorp. So it's a nice home game for both, apparently. And yeah, which all works out okay, given I have Marzu coming out the side. Tamale with the Raiders does get to play a nicer side in the Cowboys, which I think could be a good guy to play. And then Rob Toya against the Titans at home, I think is a good play as well. So centre wing, I'm not too stressed about. Guys like Sanders Smith, if I have to play him with Cleary being out, it's not the end of the world. But we do have to, clearly make 3 trades. And the question's going to be, do you sell a Ponga? Do you sell a Cleary? Do you get a Nico Hines this week? Do you go for guys like Toby Couchman, Matty Nicholson? Do you need to get Haas in your side? I'm hoping you have Terrell May. Do you go for Tino with that 85 average across the 2 weeks? No try last week. Could definitely have one against the Roosters here. Do you sell someone like Brimson? Probably don't sell someone like Sandon against Titans. I think that'll be a fun little matchup. Are you trying to get Garrick in your side? Are you going for Tuipulotu? Are you going for Clint Gutherson? They're the types of plays you want to look at this week, and who you trade is going to be the big question, and how you go about it. Do you get rid of, you've got Skelton to get rid of potentially. Do you trade out Watson after the head knock, or do you leave him on your bench? Do you have 2 or 3 guys that you don't want to play on your bench in the second row forward as well? That could potentially be a bit of a problem. Starling got a few less minutes, but played really well in his time out there. Ran the footy, tackled like an absolute maniac. And Pete Mavzellis making good cash as well, 70k for him. Starling ended up going up 90.7. Payne Haas went up the 108, which is wild for a front row forward to do that. Nafahu White with that lovely 87 with a try. I'm glad I did play him in the end. Up 57.8 with a low break even as well. And if you do want to see some break evens, I've got him there with Starling neg 20 along with Mamazelis neg 27. And then moving to Payne Haas with a 4, Nafahu White with negative 10. These is just great news for my side. It's great seeing those low break evens. Corey Horsburgh neg 7, Tino with neg 4, Preston at 70. Not the end of the world, but I do need to see him have a better game. Santa Smith at neg 3, Cleary at 146 when he comes back the following week is tough. But yes, Burton has to be sold from my side. Brimson 105 isn't great, but low ones for Rob Toy with 18, Arthur's neg 14, Shibasaki 5, Garrick 23, Marzu 50 with his buy, Tamale at 9, Purdue at neg 10, Yongi at 11, Ponga's at 76, that's not too bad. Do you sell Cleary before Ponga, potentially? And then Turbo at 102, but coming up against the lovely Eels outfit at home. That will be a scary fixture for non-owners of Turbo, who I think is better that he got the rest this week. And, well, he could have gone nuts last night, but for his injury worries, I think coming back against the Eels probably gets an early mark as well, but hopefully on a ton by that point. So there's some of the break evens in my side, and yeah, those Dragons, 3 players, they'll be interesting to have a look at. And yeah, we'll go through a little bit more soon. But yeah, my team has a lot to go through. 152,000 in the bank is good news there. Let's check out the private crew. So the JBFA private group, we've got Jared and Ashton, along with Scoop, Lockie, in really good positions in the top 500. So 374 for Jared, and then 465 for both Ashton and Scoop. A 3905 score apiece. So I think they've got me by about 220 points, which isn't too bad, considering they're in the top 500 and I am just outside the top 10k. It's only a few hundred points separates, and it shows that, I more than halved my rank this week and should continue to move in the right direction. Now that was able to get through that week with so many injuries, and hopefully can clean things up a little bit this week. And then from round 5 onwards, should progress really, really well. When we do get Ponga, Marzu, Cleary, these types of guys back, it's going to be really helpful for my side to have some more guns and some guns that are making good progress and scoring well. That'll be awesome. So that's the shout out to those boys. Matt in the top 1,000 as well, followed by Jaden at 1,650. And then, you can see the other guys on the screen doing some good work out there as well before myself in the 20s. Now, Podmasters. I'm 36 out of 102, so not too bad there. A shout out to Luke in that one. 41st overall. Maxi, 295. Julian, 367. Tied with Chris, Kyle, and then Scoop in that top 500. For other guys that you do follow along with, you've got Aman Talks at 2,700. Tim with SC Playbook at 2,800. Guys that I know. Matty the Waterboy, 6,400. Not too bad of a score. Guru, 7,794. Pretty good. Dave, who came second last year, is at 8,200. Maxi Bryden in there at 9,600 as well, just before myself there at 36. So, yeah, shout out to all those guys just ahead of me. Brainball in there. Trying to work out who's Joshy, Mr. SC Whisperer. I'm assuming that might be him. Not sure. I'll have to check it out in his little review, but that's the Podmasters there. A few of the guys that I was up against in JBFA private crew games. Jacob, I got one there. Jaden, I beat in the 3rd one as well, which is good. Villi Army, tough one for the Villi Army. One important head-to-head for myself in the All-Stars with Marky Boy. And yeah, I think that's it on the general results. I think, in terms of the leagues. Overall rankings, let's go check that out. Dill's Dogs, 4,149 for him. So that puts us, what's that, 450 points behind, which isn't too bad, to be fair. Behind first overall, and you don't want it to get anywhere near like the 1,000 mark. So if we can start improving from the next few weeks, I think that'll be great. Has a 30-odd point lead on Bugs, but he's got Watson and Paddy in his half situation there with no Sen Smith. So yeah, you might have to play Paddy this week or make a trade from Watson, which could be annoying. There's definitely a few cheap guys there. Wow, Miles Martin, Roberts, Thompson, Valmarga, Brimson no good. Didn't play him this week. How do you not play Brimson? Well played. Well played not being able to play him there. Does it tell him team value? 12.6. I think I'm at a very similar boat with the 12.6 or something. Yeah, 12.6. So yeah, same as a few of the top guys, which means that just scores just have to go a different way and we can come out and make some good improvements. But I think we'll leave it there, guys. Pretty simple with this one here. We'll have a bigger buy, hold, risk, sell because it's going to be a bit of chaos with a lot of guys, a lot of teams changing this week in terms of their prices. So you have the Dragons, you have the Storm players, and also the Titans that are going to be moving on. My 5/8 position, I'm not excited about at all. Halfback is the same situation right now. I think we can get some decent scores out of centre wings and the cheapies this week. Should be able to have Turbo. Likely going to have to move Yongi to flex, but we'll see how that one plays out. We're probably just going to have to play him and hold on to Ponga. I don't know. Probably. Because Burton has to go, Lucas has to go, and then we'll decide on the third. Brimson I'm not happy with at the moment. Ponga we could go Yongi. So, sorry for the sound, boys and ladies and gents. My nose just started going just as the video started, so we're rolling through it. But I think we're going to leave it there. Short and sharp, that's the results. Let me know how you guys went and what potential early trades you're looking at in the comments below. See you guys. Have fun.